What's up, y'all? Let's do this.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today we gotta talk about Instagram's rival, Vero, which I believe is a clear alternative to Instagram. And also, guys, big, huge announcement from former President Donald Trump. We gotta talk about that as well. And before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, please consider donating a cup of coffee. Because seriously, guys, for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories and more topics like this to talk about. Also, guys, I do accept Bitcoin donations. I'm also on Patreon if you guys want to sponsor this podcast show. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, please hit that like, subscribe. Please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Woo! Okay, guys. Got all the formalities out, okay? Got all those things out of the way. So today, guys, I do want to talk about Vero, which is the rival to Instagram. The reason why, guys, I'm on Vero, because quite literally, guys, Instagram keeps blocking me, keeps silencing me, keeps booting me out, keeps saying, oh, your so-called post or liking of a post violates our so-called community standards, which is basically a leftist pile of shit. But like I said, guys, Vero is fast becoming the new alternative to Instagram. Basically, whatever the leftists touch turns into shit. And Facebook is no exception. The second leftists touched that, it started turning into shit. Same thing with Instagram. The second leftists touched Instagram, turns into shit. Quite literally, guys. Quite literally. This is why I am starting to get fed up with Instagram and their algorithms, which is biased and discriminatory against conservatives, libertarians, or anyone who believes in freedom of speech. That's why, guys, I'm not a huge fan of Instagram. I was when it first got started and when it first came out. But now, I'm starting to see Instagram for what it is. And it's becoming more than nothing but a leftist shill and a leftist shithole. That's all it is, guys. it's becoming nothing more than a leftist shithole. That's why, guys, I started looking for alternatives to Instagram, because Instagram has become a pile of shit. It has become pure crap and pure shit. It stopped becoming a true social media network when leftists started invading it and making it like pure crap. That's why I got, when I first saw Vero, I was hesitant at first to get on it, but when I started seeing more and more people gravitate and migrate away from like Instagram, I started seeing that, oh wow, Vero may have something here. Vero may have something that Instagram doesn't have. So that's why I started noticing that Vero is starting to get popular more and more and more. And I started noticing more people gravitating away from Instagram because of all the shit that Instagram's been pulling. Their so-called community standards almost invariably follows Facebook's, in which Facebook's standards is pretty much full of shit, because they'll say one thing and then next thing you know they'll say another. They'll say, oh, you can't have this and this, or say this and this and this, and then next thing you know they start pulling posts down that years ago that they were okay with, and then all of a sudden change their mind. It's like, yeah. That's why I'm starting to migrate away from Instagram, because Instagram has started to become a shithole. Same thing with Facebook. I don't even use Facebook anymore. I don't even use Facebook that much. The only time I use it is to check in on family or check in on friends that are still on it. All my real posts and all my real show is on my alternative social media platform like Gab, MeWe, Minds, Parler, Getter, and VoiceBand, like that. That's where all my real commentary and real postings are on. They're on my alternative social media platform, less on the liberal ones, because shit, you even say just one wrong word, and if they don't like your post, they fucking block, suspend, and deplatform you. That's why I like about Vero. Vero is becoming an ad-free, algorithmic-free social media platform like it should be. And that's why, guys, if you guys want to post stuff that Instagram would block you within seconds, come on to Vero, guys. Come on. Because we need social media platforms that are all about freedom of expression. The problem with the leftist ones like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, it's like they used to be great for everyone to speak their mind and have a platform for it. But now they've become shills of the left, and people like basically can't even say their own viewpoint without some leftist hack having a temper tantrum or a fucking meltdown. That's why, guys, I've said this many times. And I've said this many times, guys. It's why I truly believe like this, that alternative social media platforms are getting better and better. And you know what's coincidentally funny, guys? You know how the left always says, oh, if you don't like this social media platform, why don't you go build your own? Well, here's the thing. Funny that you say, that you said the part, why don't you go build your own? People did. But then these leftists have a whiny temper tantrum saying, oh, they're building their own alternative social media platform. Oh, it's full of hate and all this shit. We gotta take it down. It seems like leftists have a temper tantrum and they can't seem to grasp reality. They often say like this, like, oh, if you don't like the rules on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, why don't you go build your own platform? Well, you know what? People did. And then you leftists don't like competition. It's funny. It's funny how leftists all preach about, oh, we love communism, we love socialism, nobody should be competing. But then, why do you live in a capitalist country like America where free market enterprise works in this country? Where if you don't like one product, you can go to their competitor. It's like the same leftists who probably drive a Prius and probably hates people who drive Fords, Chevys, Hondas, and Subarus. They probably are those people who hate those because they hate competition. They think everybody should drive a Prius, or what? Let's go even further, or like say like an very expensive Tesla that probably only a few people can afford. Same thing with social media. Leftists complain that, like, leftists always whine and complain to conservatives saying, oh, if you don't like Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, why don't you build your own platform? We did, and we're doing it. We're building a parallel economy. We're building alternative social media platforms. Okay? We're building alternative social media platforms to cater to our freedom of speech, our values. And you leftists whine and complain that, oh, they're building hate platforms. Then what is your Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter? They're platforms of hate because they hate conservatives. They hate freedom of speech. They hate people who value traditional way of life. It's no different. It's just that the left purely hates competition. And that's why conservatives, libertarians, and Republicans like me, we fight to have our own space. We fight to have our own space where we can talk and speak freely, where we can say our peep without fear of getting blocked, censored, suspended, or deplatformed. And it's kind of funny how the left constantly rails at the right, saying, oh, Gab's a hate speech, or Getter's a platform for insurrectionists. Funny how the left likes to say that about like right-leaning conservative social media platforms, but then we say the same thing about Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter being a platform and haven for far left-wing terrorists like, say, BLM and Antifa types. Funny, you know? But, like I said, with Vero is another long list of alternative social media platforms out there that are gaining traction, that are gaining a following, that are gaining more people saying, I'm sick and tired of Instagram blocking me, suspending me, deplatforming me, basically trying to remove my artistry or my photography or my political views and opinions. This is why I start telling people, if you don't like the left-leaning social media sites, flee. Leave these sites. Go to alternative social media platforms like Gab, MeWe, Minds, Parler, Rumble, Getter, VoiceBand, and now Vero. Flee to those sites because those sites value freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of thought. You can go to those platforms and simply speak your mind, speak your view, and post things that Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter would block, suspend, and deplatform you within 5 seconds. That's why I tell these people, if you value freedom of speech and freedom of expression, then you would be on alternative social media platforms right about now. You would flee the leftist shitholes and go somewhere else. You would literally flee them to go to alternative platforms and go to places where your voice is valued, where your words are valued, where what you say, what you speak is valued. You would go to those. You clearly would. That's why I say like this, guys. That's why I say like this to people who are constantly on Facebook, constantly on YouTube, constantly on Instagram, who constantly have their posts blocked, suspended, removed, banned, deplatformed. I sit there and go like this. Why are you on their platform if they're constantly going to keep doing this and you're constantly going to keep whining, complaining, and having a shit fit over this? Why? Y'all would have been on y'all would have done what I would have done. Flock to the alternative social media platforms and be able to speak your piece without fear of censorship. Yes, there are some people, some extremists on there, but here's the thing. They have every right as you and I to speak online. It's like, if you don't like their views, so be it. Be a mature adult and say, I don't care about their views. They have their niche in the corner to speak. Let them. I have my niche in the corner. I'll speak mine. Simple as that. That's why I'm on alternative social media platforms more than on the liberal ones. Because on the alternative ones, I can say shit where if I were to say shit on Twitter real fast, I would be blocked, suspended, deplatformed within 5 seconds. I would never be allowed to speak on it. But I go to Gab, MeWe, Minds, Parler, Rumble, Getter, and VoiceBand. I would be able to say things freely and say what I think, believe, and view without some leftist lunatic having a fucking meltdown or having a whiny temper tantrum or going like this, oh, we're gonna try to get you canceled because of this and this and this. Well, cancel my ass. If you leftists like it, cancel my ass, because you know why? I'm gonna flock to alternative social media platforms and continue to speak my piece. And that's why it's like this. That's why a lot of conservatives are doing that. They're flocking to alternative social media platforms. They're flocking to places like Gab, MeWe, Minds, Parler, Rumble, VoiceBand, Getter, and now Vero. They're flocking to those because people are getting sick and tired of the leftist shitholes that's been put in this country. They're getting tired of all the leftist shit that they're having to face and deal with. Hell, I'm getting tired of it. Okay? That's why I'm on Vero. Because every time I want to post stuff that, it would violate the Instagram/Facebook owned community standards, I go like this. Fuck you, Instagram/Facebook. I'm going to Vero. I'm going to be able to post whatever I want, speak my mind, and say shit that y'all would have me blocked in seconds. That's why I can't do live casting on Instagram, because they block me for something that they think it's hate speech, but in reality it's called free speech. It's called freedom of expression. It's called the right to speak freely. And this leads me to another topic I want to talk about, guys. I want to make this big announcement on my podcast show. Please, if you value freedom of speech, freedom of expression, please, guys, get on Truth. Truth is another alternative social media platform that former President Donald Trump and his family are coming up with. They are coming out with an alternative social media platform to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and it's all going to follow the Constitution laws. That means it's basically going to follow freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You have the right to speak freely without fear of censorship, okay? And there are limits to that, but I say like this: as long as you're following what is constitutionally allowed, you can speak whatever you want. If you have like the left, center, or right views on Trump's social media platform, you're welcome. You're not going to be deplatformed. You're not going to be deboosted. You're not going to be removed. You're going to have a place where you can say your piece, speak your mind, and not worry about being blocked, suspended, or deplatformed. You're gonna be able to say your peep. And pretty much, guys, that's what I'm all for. I mean, isn't conservatism essentially libertarianism, where we're all about less government, get government off my fucking back, and let me do my own thing, speak my own mind, say my own shit? That's what it is. That's what it is, guys. And that's something that these people don't get, you know? But like I said, man, when I saw it on the Sean Hannity show with Don Jr., announcing that him and his father are coming out with an alternative social media platform called Truth, I was like, get on it, guys. Sign up for it. Put your name down for it, so when it comes out, get on it, guys. Because I'm telling you right now, man, we need a parallel economy. We need alternative economy. Okay? We need an alternative to what the left is trying to censor and block. Because quite frankly, guys, the left hates you. The left hates freedom of speech. The left hates independent thought. They hate people who think for themselves. They hate people who think critically, who can think outside the box, who know what's going on. They hate you. That's why they hate people who got red pilled, who know what's going on, and who can see things for what it really is. Okay? They hate your living guts. So that's why, guys, that's why I often say like this, guys: get away from these guys as fast as you can. Get away from these leftist, like, shitholes. Because it's like a black hole. It's like, once you're in, you're sucked in, and there's no way of getting out. But basically, we conservatives and libertarians are offering a way out. We're offering you a way to speak and think clearly. We're offering you a way to say, oh shit, what have I done? What have I said? What do I support? We're offering you a way out of it. So that's why, guys. That's why, guys. I am fully going to be on Donald Trump's social media platform, and I am going to support it in any way, shape, or fashion. Because you know why, guys? I value freedom of speech. I value freedom of expression. I value my right to speak freely. Okay? I don't care if you hate my views or you think my views are transphobic because I believe in science, or the fact that I believe that men can never be women can never be men, or that like men can never be women, or men can never get pregnant. I believe that like a man's a man, a woman's a woman. Intersex people are a separate category, but they're protected. Like that. So that's why, guys, I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in alternative social media platforms, because alternative social media platforms are going to be the way to go. They're going to be a way to they're going to be a parallel economy and a parallel industry to this country. You're going to have one that is all about censorship and groupthink, where you can't even have an independent thought. And then where people like me who are on alternative social media platforms, we're going to have a place where we can speak our mind and speak freely and not worry about being blocked, suspended, deplatformed, and all that shit. So that's why, guys, I rally around alternative social media platforms. That's why I don't even use Facebook anymore. I don't. When was the last time I used Facebook? Hardly ever, because every time I use Facebook, they're always gonna try to deplatform me. They're always gonna try to kick me off their platform just for saying one word or one syllable. They're always gonna try, because you know why? They don't like me speaking my mind. They don't like me having freedom of speech. They don't. They hate that. They hate that with a passion. So that's why, guys, I'm on alternative social media platforms. I'm on it so I can speak my mind, speak freely. And I'm on it where I don't have to worry about being deplatformed and all that shit. So that's why, guys, if you guys want to get on alternative social media platforms, I will include a list below. Or basically, guys, it's on my links below, where you can see what alternative social media platforms I'm on, so you can get on those as well. If you guys value freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and freedom of expression, guys, get on those, guys. Those are great platforms to get on, okay? And get away from the leftist shitholes. Really, that's all it is. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, they all used to be great. But when leftists started invading it, it has become nothing but a shithole. Okay? And that's all it became. Nothing but a leftist shithole. And I tell people this because you know why? When you don't think for yourself and you follow whatever Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram and Twitter tells, it's like you don't get to speak freely, and you have to walk on eggshells constantly, you know. And who wants to go through that all the time? Who wants to? Who literally does? That's why when Donald Trump announced yesterday that he was coming out with his own social media platform and his own social media group called Truth, I was like, yes, guys, We need that. We need alternative social media platform. We need alternative economies and alternative currency, like say cryptocurrency, because the left has basically gone Soviet Union in this country. It has, and it's scary, guys. It really is. Big tech is one of them. That's why I laugh every time big tech or the left says like this. Oh, if you don't like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram, why don't you build your own alternative social media platform? Well, you know what? We did. And you know what? Leftists complain and have a temper tantrum because here's the thing. They don't like competition. They don't like people competing against them. They don't. They hate competition because they know that when people find out that you can go to these alternative platforms and speak freely, people are going to be like, why do I need to be here? You know? So that's why they hate that. They hate competition. They really do, guys. And they really hate it with a fucking passion. Okay? So I just want to say like this, guys. I just want to say like this. I'm on Vero, and Vero is my Instagram backup and Instagram alternative in case Instagram decides to block, suspend me, or they block me from using their features on their site. So if that ever happens, guys, you can still follow me on Vero, and it'll be in my description as well. And also, guys, thank God for what Donald Trump's doing by creating an alternative social media platform. I will be on it as well. Okay? So, anyway, let me go get my cup of coffee at Cumberland Farms. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now.